Howdy. There has been a quake in the United Kingdom, Sunderland. And I first noticed that it is yellow, marked as yellow, 3.6, unconfirmed, near Newcastle upon Tyne, England, United Kingdom. The yellow color refers to a deeper depth, and we have 50 kilometers, which is rather interesting. So let's see quickly what people were writing about. Felt strong rumbling and could hear windows vibrating. Windows were rattling and the open door was also loud rumbling, weak shaking. We heard the loud rumble more than we felt it. Heard nothing, felt nothing. I smell lies. Okay. Shaking entire house and a large loud bang. We thought that the house had collapsed literally just 10 or 20 meters away. It was a loud rumble, just if a tall building had collapsed. Maybe this should mean building. Sounded more like a sonic boom. Loud vibration noise which got louder and then a bang. Windows vibrated. But this seems to be much more than just 9 reports. Like the snow was falling off the roof. Heard a loud rumble. So people, obviously, noticed something. And I zoomed in approximately this far, a little bit less. And I noticed hot on the spring, which sounds very interesting. And not only do we have a little bit mixed up languages with French, but also spring might indicate there is some, I think you guess it, spring. Which also means that there could be some rather old structures or whatever stuff there. Saint Michael and All Angels Church, Hodenle-Spring. The church dates from the late 12th century and contains the tomb of Bernard Gilpin. Let's have a quick look at that. Is there anything of interest? Is there water within the church? You know? You know the story, I hope so. For those who don't know the story, I think churches are built on very special places, such as sources of water, in order to protect the water. If you are not a member, you don't have access to the water. No. Articles about the church history. Yeah, the tree of life and a pig. Heritage Society. You know, it might be a coincidence, but there seems to be this kind of feature here, even though I missed it completely. But also, the animal, which is depicted here. I don't know if those pigs ever lived there. Maybe they did. I don't know if they live anymore there, but it has these teeth here, which could be also interpreted as some ancient mythological feature. Rectors of the Houden-le-Spring. Yeah, I still want to show you a few pictures about the stone I cut it in half. It's not a geoid, but it doesn't matter. (1131) Renaldus. Nothing more is known about this shadowy rector. All right. 1131. So it's basically built like many other churches and castles and whatever stuff in Europe. Now let's have a look at the pictures. It seems to be on fire. Now that's a rather big building. Yeah, familiar patterns. Yeah, rather sketchy photography. Fireworks. Dogs drinking. This seems to be made out of sandstone or something, which could also give some clues about the geology. Penshaw Monument. Where are this is? Yeah, what's that? The Penshaw Monument, officially the Earl of Durham's monument, is a memorial in the style of an ancient Greek temple on Penshaw Hill and the metropolitan borough of the city of Sunderland, northeast England. It is located near the village of Penshaw, between the towns of Washington and Hotelspring in historic County Durham. The monument was built between 1844 to commemorate John Lennon. Yeah, so this is nothing old. Based on the temple of Hephaestus in Athens. It is a tetrastyle temple of Doric order with 18 columns, 7 along its longer sides and 4 along its shorter ones. And no roof. All right. This isn't really helpful. Where is this Le Spring? Hotel Le Spring or whatever it was. Hotel Le Spring here. Where has the quake? Let's check out this map. Here we at least see where the quake has been. Approximately. Because I don't really trust these. They can be hundreds of meters from the actual quake location. But it happened in the middle of the road. We have power lines here and water mains here, which are natural power lines. So they might relate to the quake after all. And there is something going on in the field here. You can see there's different kind of colors. It might be just peatish, what is it? Mud or ground or whatever. Philadelphia complex. Philadelphia. There is quite some water mains. Harrington Country Park. Yeah, maybe we just check out this Rainton Meadows Natural Reserve. Rainton. Here. Nature Preserve in Hotelspring, England. Special scientific interest. Rainton Meadows is a nature reserve just to the west of East Rainton, Canton Durham, northeast England. The reserve, which covers 60 hectares and the adjacent Joe's Pond site of special scientific interest are managed by Durham Wildlife Trust. Geography. The reserve occupies the site of the restored Rye Hill surface coal mine. And now provides a wide variety of habitats, including grassland, scrub, mature woodland, and several ponds. Wildlife to be seen here includes mute swans, skylark, lapwing, short-eared owl, and brown hare, roe deer, whatsoever. Animals. But there has been a coal mine. Actually, maybe it might be a rather big one. Coal mine is very interesting. So we have marks from ancient happenings there within the ground, which got taken out and now put back into nature. Yeah, an egg. Very interesting. A swan. Yeah, there could be. Said many things about these. Yeah, there is nothing really visible here. Interesting. But obviously, one thing which is for sure, there is water. And obviously, so much that horses and swans and all those other animals decided to live there. Maybe the horses didn't, but they're happy about the water as well. So there is something in the ground, in the region, which could experience certain kind of fluctuations. And there is also a bigger river. River where? Wherever it might originate. We probably won't check this out today. The Living Museum of the North. There's actually a bigger river up here. It might be Tyne, since the town is called like that. River Tyne, yes, it is. But let me show you still pictures about or from the stone. That's the stone in question. And in the background you can see the place where I picked it up, meaning it was some random construction site somewhere. And these pictures I've shown already. There is metal within the stone. And more I think it could be even silver. And the stone is rather colorful. We have yellow and green and almost white and black and red and all kinds of colors. Here you can see the reddish aspect of it. You can see the structures. I wouldn't be surprised if these roundish features here would actually be spheres, you know. And this is how it looks when you put light shining through it. Very interesting. It's rather green and a rather unsharp picture. These are some pictures I took with a microscope from the same stone. Yeah, there is like interesting stuff, despite I don't really know what we are looking at, since I don't have any chemical analysis, or I don't have polarized filters in order to make better pictures. But there is very interesting things to see. 90-degree angles and stuff. Is it chalked quartz or not? I don't know. Now I had the possibility to cut it in half, and it's not a geoid. It's massive. It would have been cool if it would have been a geoid, but it doesn't matter. It is still a very interesting stone, and you can see like the patterns already here. This is how it basically looked like just after cutting. The darker version is a little bit wettened with the snow. For comparison, how it looks dry and wet. And after some grinding, I took some pictures of the stone. It was a little bit difficult to not get in conflict with the light, or I tried to use the light as something, you know, making things visible. And here we can see those metal occurrences within the stone. There's like quite a bunch of them. And it's rather shiny, the stone, so it's in a way very hard to take pictures. You can also see the outer edge is brighter. There's yellow and like really green. I somehow think it could be just because this stone got carried there also by a truck, excavator machines and all this kind of stuff. So it crushed and crumbled onto other rocks, and it maybe broke the surface like crystals when they break, or quartz, they get milky in a way. So I think this could be one reason why the outer side is like that. And there is like so many colors and stuff going on there in the stone. It's very interesting. I tried to take macro pictures, but somehow it was very difficult with the light, so they are not good in quality, but I didn't have had time yet to make better ones. You can see the structure of the stone, those metal parts in it. And maybe on first glance it seems to be just black, but if you take a little bit light and look a bit closer, you can see all kinds of things in that stone. It is very interesting. That's the size of it's about the size of a palm hand, and it's easy to remember certain patterns when you have this kind of double helix and pearls on the string always with you. Hematite. Yeah, it's rather thick because it is not very hard, the stone, so I try to keep it in one piece. Maybe I try to get some slice done, but the possibility it breaking is rather big. So I just try to somehow show you that despite it's not perfectly flat, it has this kind of dents and it goes a little bit up and down because the materials are from different hardnesses. There are soft and hard ones. That's why it has this kind of structure on the surface, which is also very interesting. And you can see the red parts and the green parts. It's depending all very much on the angle of the light, which colors are visible and which aren't. Yeah, this is like really silvery metal. Maybe it is silver, I don't know. I have some conversation going on about this stone with a Finnish geologist. And this picture is just basically in order to show you how smooth the stone actually is. Maybe you can get it still smoother, I think so, but I don't know if I put the effort in it. But it's rather smooth. Yeah, we are pondering what could it be. Maybe I have to really send it to some laboratory and see if they do anything about it. I don't know how they react if they see my name. But that's a little update about the stone. It is not a geoid. It is just a stone. A very interesting one. Which shines green if it's thin enough. I tried, there's no light shining through yet because it's rather thick. But I leave it here. Interesting quake in England and interesting pebbles in Finland. Thanks. Bye.